All right, welcome back to another edition, a Christmas edition
Mm,
of
mm.
NFL Crapshooters. Kofad, why don't you tell the viewers at home, how did we do last week? Not too
Uh,
good by your face?
no, well, I didn't do that great, but we still
Ah,
got one game tonight. We're
that's
recording
true.
just as Packers Saints goes final later on. So going into tonight, Taylor 5-2-1 this week.
Ooh.
Brett 4-3. Nolan, you and I are both 4-4.
Mm.
Troy is 1-6 going into tonight's game.
Troy,
Yeah,
yo,
Bad.
not good.
and you know
Oh,
what?
wait.
Since we still got Packers
Oh,
Saints,
yeah.
I'm not even gonna do the season total records yet. Like we'll
Yeah,
wait
we'll
wait
let
for
that
next
play
week.
out.
Yeah,
I got
We'll
my
let
free
that play
money bet,
out.
right?
yeah, that was the one you got.
That was the only one you got.
Yeah.
I split on my free money bet because the Eagles freaking blew it.
I
Yeah.
don't even
Well,
remember any of my
I
picks.
mean, once Jalen Hurts got hurt, that was a free for all game.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. But if
Well,
Devontae Smith catches that ball,
yeah,
game's
catch the
over.
ball.
Yeah.
But I guess at that point, what were they up by?
Yeah. Was that enough to cover?
Probably not.
6? No.
I think they're
They're
only
up
up by
by
3,
4.
So it's a push. Well, you got a 3.5. So
so lose.
yeah.
I think they were up by 4 when they scored.
So then how did Washington tie it up? Or maybe it didn't go to overtime.
It definitely did not go to overtime. That was
But they tied it
They
up
won
and
by
then they kicked a
2.
field goal to win it, I thought.
No. They were up.
no,
They won the game by 2 points
yeah, it was a touchdown pass, and then they went for 2 to go up 3.
and didn't get it.
Well, none of this is making sense. All right.
The Eagles were up 33 to 20. Well, Eagles were up 30-28 when Devontae Smith dropped it. They kicked the field goal to go
Yeah,
up 5.
so it wouldn't matter.
Yeah, there you go.
Wouldn't matter.
Okay.
Well, they kicked the field goal to go up 5.
Yeah, and then that's when
So,
Washington went down, got the
fucking
touchdown, made the 2,
make
won
it
by
stop.
3. Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, you
Stop.
could have won.
Yeah, there you go. We figured it out eventually.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's in the past. Let's get into this Christmas showdown, 2 showdowns, a little round robin from last Saturday.
Yes.
Teams are going to be switching around. We have Kansas City going to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh coming off a loss. Kansas City still only has 1 loss in the season. All the Bills fans at home are hoping for a Christmas miracle. Pittsburgh pulling off this win. But Kofod, maybe you got some stats to make some Bills fans a little happy. Maybe.
I might. The weather as well, partly cloudy, 37 degrees, 13% of precipitation on Christmas. Look, the Steelers lost the last 2 games as underdogs, but both games were away at Philly, at Baltimore. Now they get to go back at home, terrible towels. Maybe as a home underdog, it'll be a better story. Mike Tomlin is 21-6-3, 78% against the spread as a home underdog in his career.
Like this is always his stat. Home dog.
You can always find an underdog stat with Tomlin to make your case.
Last week, underdog, not at home though, right?
No, that was away.
Still pretty bad.
Yeah. Thanks, Rusty.
How are their injuries looking? Pickens?
I think he's gonna play.
Gonna play?
I think. I didn't look.
TJ Watt, maybe he was never actually hurt.
No, he didn't do much in that game on Saturday, but he looked all right.
All right. Well, shoot. I guess Kobe, you can go first.
I am going to take the Chiefs -2.5. As much as I would like to say, yeah, here comes the Christmas miracle, Steelers win. I do think getting George Pickens back definitely helps Steelers' case, but look what happened in the Texans game. Chiefs hung around. Eventually, they pull away. I think the same thing here. It's going to be ugly. It'll be lower scoring. And then somehow Mahomes breaks through on a 3rd down, gets a 1st down, something happens, and they win by 3 or more. Give me Chiefs -2.5.
Yeah. I think me and Troy were talking about this on the ride home from the game. I think you just unload on the Chiefs here. I think -2.5 is just free money.
It feels low. Yeah.
It feels like a trap. Because, I mean, Steelers are doing good this year, but, they really have, I don't know what great wins they had. Probably Baltimore, obviously. But I just
last 2 weeks. Yeah.
I don't see it out of them. You could probably say that about the Chiefs too, but the Chiefs have only lost one game, so you got to imagine they're going to
Yeah, and
beat
they've
this
won two
inferior
Super
team.
Bowls in a row, so they
Yeah.
get the benefit of the doubt.
They get the benefit of the doubt. So take the Chiefs here, -2.5. Seems like a trap. Troy, you taking the cheese?
Nope.
Idiot.
I'm taking the Steelers
Because
there's Russ is going to get the boys fired up.
Oh, Russie.
Yeah. After losing 2 games, going back home, there's nobody better than getting the guys fired up than Russell Wilson.
Justin Fields time. Maybe this is the switch. There may be time for the switch.
he didn't play. He was inactive on Saturday, so I don't even know if he's healthy.
Saving him.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I don't believe in the Steelers, but I'm going to be rooting for the Steelers.
Obviously.
It seems like a trap, like you were saying. We think it's free money. I've been on a cold streak with gambling, so I feel like this is kind of like a paid myself pick. So whatever.
Or maybe you're due.
Or maybe I'm due. I hope I'm due because it would be awesome if the Chiefs lost.
Oh, you mean you're due? So fading yourself will make you right, and then you
Oh,
won't.
you're saying I'm due, so fading myself will make me lose?
Right.
Well, I guess we'll see tomorrow.
Yeah, mind games.
Or Wednesday.
That blew my mind. So that was definitely my games.
Yeah, try to keep up.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Ravens going to Houston. Houston down another receiver. Brutal injury. CJ Stroud crying on the sideline. Dropping Pinchak, calling him a pussy because John has no feelings. CJ Stroud says, "That's my best friend. You don't want to see him go down like that." Understandable.
He apparently wanted to ride in the ambulance with him.
That's
much.
Someone on Twitter had the comment. They were like, "Are they dating?"
Yeah,
I understand because Dell got hurt the season before, and now he's finally kind of coming back into it.
Also by his own teammate.
They also got drafted the same class, so they came in together. But I'll say this: that was a long cry, and then eventually you gotta
screenshots.
You gotta get back in the game, and to me, once that happened, it was like, well, the Chiefs are definitely winning this game, and that turned out to be the case.
Yeah. I mean, he was kind of acting like DeMar was down there on the field.
Right. And I get the sympathy, and you can have a cry in the moment. Absolutely. Yeah. That's a horrific injury. But then you got to hey, we got to move on.
He was like sobbing.
Yeah, it was rough for a long time.
Got to go back to work.
Yeah.
Injuries happen.
Mm-hmm.
Injuries happen. Sucks it was your best bud. But
move on. Yeah.
That being said, Texans, no. Ravens favored by 4. Over under is 47.5. Kofod, dome or no dome? Dome.
I'm assuming dome,
no dome,
but I'm not. I didn't even look up the weather, so who knows what it's going to be on Christmas Day in Houston. But assuming it's closed, Texans. This surprised me. They have a 12-3 first half against the spread record. That's the best in the NFL. Yeah. This did not surprise me. They are 4-11 second half spread. That's the second worst in the NFL.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense. It's not like they blow teams out, so I'm assuming get up on the first half, can't really hold their lead, gets close.
Or in a game like Kansas City, hang around first half, and then eventually the better team puts you away in the second half.
Mm-hmm. Well, Kofod, you get to go first.
I'm taking Ravens -4. Sorry, Texans. They already clinched the playoff spot. We just talked about the CJ crying thing. Now they're down another receiver. This is Lamar's time. This is where Lamar's going to put up a big Christmas Day, multi-touchdowns, looking great, spin moves, and the MVP narrative is going to pick back up again. Oh, are we sure Allen's won the MVP? What about Lamar? That's how I see this game going. Give me the Ravens -4.
Yeah, I'm with you. Texans, really, they don't even have much to play for, and you saw when they do play all their guys, look what happens. You lose players. You lose key players. Yeah. So I think this game, they probably take it easy. I mean, they're pretty much locked into the 4th seed at this point. Ravens still gunning for the 2 seed, right on the Bills' tails. Plus, they got the tiebreaker, so they got a lot playing for them. Like everything Kofod said, I'm going to take the Ravens -4 as well. Troy.
Yeah, this spread also, like, that number doesn't make sense to me. I feel like it should be like Ravens -8.5 or something. The Ravens are firing on all cylinders. Lamar looks awesome. You can tell he's gunning for that MVP.
But this is usually when the Ravens, when they're gunning all cylinders, usually they have a down.
yeah, so
Yeah.
that
They have
makes me
5
think
losses.
like it could
They have 5
happen.
losses.
But the Texans are a sad team.
They're
CJ
all
Stroud's
sad.
not
They're
good.
crying.
I'll take Ravens -4 all day.
Mhm.
Hopefully this time, fade yourself. Texans win because you're actually betting the Ravens.
I put my hedge in on Lamar today. I wish I
Oh,
did
you waited
last
too
week.
long. You waited too
Ooh.
long.
I know, but I had to.
Had to. All right, let's get to from Wednesday to Thursday. Still keeping that Thursday night slot. NFL needs their money. Seahawks versus the Bears. What a game.
Ugh.
Seahawks -3.5. I believe both these teams are eliminated. No, Seahawks still in.
No, Seahawks aren't.
Seahawks still in. Yep.
Bears definitely are.
Bears definitely eliminated. When's the last time the Bears won a game?
The week before the Hail Mary, so that would have been what, Carolina, or 2 weeks before they beat
Gotta
Carolina
be
in
like
Europe.
9 weeks or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Mets have
2
a more
months.
the Mets have a more recent win than the Bears.
Oh, well, now that the Bills have more wins than the Sabres. More actual wins than the Sabres.
The Bears
That's
have
not
not the Bears have not won a game since Jay Cutler had the DUI in Nashville.
Is that your stat?
Oh, but I just thought of it when you were bringing up these weird random. When's the last time the Bears won a game? There's a lot you can pick up there.
Well, give me a stat, an actual stat.
Speaking of the Bears not actually winning games, I'll give the stat, then go to the weather. Bears are 0-7 straight up versus teams above 500 this season. The Seahawks are 8-7 going into this game. Not only that, since 2022, they are 2-18 straight up versus teams over 500. Going all the way back to 2020, they are 6-30 straight up versus teams 500 or above. Weather for this god-awful Thursday night post-Christmas game, partly cloudy, 43 degrees, 10-mile-per-hour winds, 15% chance of precipitation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chicago-style game.
Yeah.
Go 5.
Seahawks. The Bears have been such
Can't bet the Bears.
a dog, just god-awful. Firing Eberflus did not, because actually that's the last time they played well was the Thanksgiving Day game against the Lions when they came back in the second half.
Yeah.
Eberflus has the minute
Clock
meltdown.
management. Yeah.
And
bad.
since then, they
that
have
was
not.
almost. I still think that was more that was Caleb Williams.
It is, but it's the
but
head
also
coach.
you have
head
to know,
coach
like,
won.
okay,
He's a rookie.
He doesn't know what's going on. Timeout.
Right.
Yeah.
But anyway,
crazy.
since that Thanksgiving meltdown, they're not in any of these games. I mean, for goodness sakes, the Lions had a trick play where they pretended to fumble the ball and then threw a touchdown pass. That's how much clowning is going on.
That's because they knew it was going to work.
I saw that video.
Green Bay
Packers
actually
did it.
fumbled it and then threw it for a big game. Yep.
That's how sad of a franchise
Genius.
you are. Now, the only thing that could hurt this is Geno Smith. Especially if it's a close game, if Geno does one of his patented, like he did on Sunday, late fourth quarter INTs. But I'll take the chance that the Seahawks motivated because they still technically are alive, play well enough, win by 4 or more. So give me Seahawks -3.5.
I'm going to take the Bears.
Okay.
Hey.
Why not? Why not?
This is the game where the Bears should fucking lose.
Yeah.
And then they're just going to rally together and say, you know what? Fuck everybody. Thinks we suck. Caleb's going to put together a good game. You know, maybe Roma Dunze breaks out. I still don't know about him. But remember that was, 2 years ago when I said, I think I'm taking the Bears money line. And they fucking won. I got that same kind of feeling. Maybe it's a post-Christmas miracle. I'm going to take the points here. But I'll take Bears +3.
There will be some underdog week 17, week 18 that you don't see winning. That maybe it is the Bears.
Happens every year.
Yeah.
Well, there's no tanking this year because all the
win.
teams are so bad.
I know. Even if you got like 4 wins, you're still going to be picking like 6 or 7.
Yeah, the Raiders won on Sunday, went from the 1st to like the 6th or 7th pick.
Wild.
Yeah.
Because Carolina won too. What do they got? Like 4 wins now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Giants, Jags, Titans,
Patriots.
maybe Patriots. About 3 wins. Yeah. A lot of bad teams.
Yeah.
Yeah. What? How many wins did the Titans got?
3.
Mm, they gotta hope that the Giants maybe win too because they need a quarterback bad as well.
I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think the Giants are winning. Maybe.
No. Who are the Giants playing this week?
Oh, Colts.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Colts ain't great. Colts have a cake season, like end of the season to try to
They do.
push for the
That-
playoffs.
that's where
Giants,
we'll get to it in a
Jags.
second with the Bengals. That's the one that might be the biggest hurdle for the Bengals.
Yeah, I mean Dolphins too. It's not like they got any like Goliaths they got to beat.
No, that 49ers win. The Bengals needed that yesterday.
Yeah.
Go the other way.
All those teams won, right?
Yeah.
And Denver obviously lost to the Chargers, so we'll see. All right,
Troy
let's
needs to give
go.
a pick.
Troy,
Yeah.
I thought he already
I'm taking
said
the under.
can't- Oh,
I'm
I
taking
thought he
the
said can't bet the Bears, but under.
That
I
would
don't want
be
to. I don't want to bet the Seahawks either.
Okay.
that. I don't blame you. Don't blame you at all.
My bad. I thought you gave the pick same time
You're good.
Scope I did. All right. Sunday.
Saturday.
That's a Saturday game?
Yeah.
Did I skip one?
No, there's a triple header on Saturday, and I didn't want to put all 3 games on Saturday, but that's the only one that's actually good. Bengals, Broncos.
I did. I skipped the one I was writing down. My bad.
Sorry.
Saturday. Broncos at Bengals. Still a big game.
Yeah.
Playoff indications here. Broncos, if we Bills fans want Broncos to lose because they need to be playing for something on week 18, unless the Chiefs win.
I
then it
want
doesn't
the
matter.
Broncos to win. Why do I want?
No, we need
Oh,
the Bengals to be playing to beat the Chiefs.
No, Broncos be playing to beat the Chiefs.
Oh well, don't the Bengals play the Chiefs too?
Broncos, there's only 2 weeks left.
Broncos play the Chiefs next week.
So if the Chiefs lose to Steelers, we need the Broncos to be playing for their playoff lives against the Chiefs to beat
Okay.
them.
But then
Okay.
the Bengals
I
play
get
them
that
week 18.
scenario.
But then if the Broncos beat
Bengals
the
play Steelers
Chiefs,
week 18.
doesn't matter what the Bengals do because they'll be out.
So
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, but it
I
goes.
don't know
both
why
ways.
you think the Bengals play the Chiefs twice in the season. No idea why you think that.
That's a good
Oh, yeah.
point. I didn't even think of that. That's
I
a good
thought they
point.
played week 18 for some reason.
No, divisional games 18, week 18.
Oh, okay.
Tradition unlike any other.
I guess
This-
I didn't know that.
This year, well, it's the best one's going to be Vikings versus Lions week.
Yes, absolutely.
Right.
Especially if the Vikings win on Sunday.
18. Which they're
Could
pretty
happen.
good.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to this game. Bengals, Broncos. Bengals are what? Favored by 3?
Yes.
What's the over under?
49.5.
All right, 49.5. Kofi, give me a stat for this game.
Rain, 65% chance of precipitation, partly cloudy, 57 degrees, 7-mile-per-hour winds. I'm stealing a stat from last week because fuck it, who cares? It's Monday, Christmas Eve. Bo Nix, 7-0 against the spread as a favorite.
Oh,
However,
yes,
he did it, and it
yes.
happened last Thursday. He
Right.
lost as an underdog. He is now 4-4 against the spread as an underdog. So great as a favorite, mid as an underdog.
But
Bo
if you
Nix.
take the law of averages,
Right.
he's going to be 500. So he 50 shot. He's going to win or
50-50
lose this
shot. Yep.
because he's already 4-4. So, Kofi, what's going to happen in this game?
The Bengals are going to win. They're going to keep it. It's going to be close. It's going to be weird plays. Defense is going to look terrible at times, and then they'll get an interception on Bo Nix. But I just feel like this Bengals team, is going to win Saturday. They'll beat the Steelers in week 18, and then maybe the Cards will roll their way for the playoffs. But I think they're going to win out just the way they've been playing. Bengals -3.
Yeah, when we were all talking in the group message, I bet the Bengals to make the playoffs. It was like $30 to win 200. But still,
Yeah, it's not crazy.
not crazy at all. That being said, I'm going to take the Broncos in this one.
Okay.
I think Broncos have a good defense. I think the Bengals are getting a little fatigued of having to shell out all these points. I think it showed a little bit last week. It's not like they were firing all cylinders. Eventually, they started getting going. But I think the Broncos can hold them in check. That defense is pretty bad. Sean Payton and Bo Nix, all they do is kind of like check down, I think they would just march right down the field against this Bengals defense. At least keep it close. I could see them covering and maybe the Bengals win because they're fighting for the playoff lives. But I could see this game coming down to the wire. I'm going to take the Broncos. Troy.
I'm gonna take the over. The Bengals score a lot. Their defense just played a good game, but they were playing against DTR and the Browns.
Yeah.
So I think Bo Nix and the Broncos will score, and the Bengals will continue to answer, and will be like a shootout, I guess. Yeah,
I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of those.
One of them things. Let me see here. I'll look this up while we're talking. All right. So now we're to Sunday.
Yes.
The New York Jets.
Game of the year.
Also eliminated from the playoffs.
In case anyone was wondering.
In case anyone's wondering. Going up against the Buffalo Bills. Bills are -10. Second week in a row, they are double-digit favorites. Wonder if Kofi's got to say about that. Over-under is 46.5. Kofi, give me your stat. Give me some weather.
Rain, it looks like in the forecast. 60% chance of precipitation, partly cloudy, 45 degrees, so at least a little warmer than last Sunday. 7-mile-per-hour winds. Aaron Rodgers has the second most throws off target in the NFL. He's got 88 throws this year that have been off target. Only Caleb Williams, who we mentioned earlier, has more throws off target in the NFL this year than Aaron Rodgers, the great Aaron Rodgers.
The great first
The
ballot
once
Hall of
great,
Famer. I mean, he probably is first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yes,
But,
absolutely. Yeah. All jokes aside, he's an all-time Hall of Famer.
yes, which I think Josh said in his post-game prep. So we're preparing for a very good New York Jets team. Obviously, he's being very polite. He said also preparing for a Hall of Fame quarterback, which is not wrong.
No.
Kofi, what do you got for this game?
We'll get to free money in a little bit, but I was dead wrong on the Jets as a 3-point dog to the Rams. But the first drive, it looked great. They drive right down. Devontae Adams has a sick touchdown catch.
Yep.
He's playing like a top 5 receiver right now, the way Adams is playing.
What did they do? Miss the extra point?
Miss the extra point. The kicker for the Jets is horrible. Yeah. And then the Jets had 0 punts in the game. They moved the ball down the field. I had my eyes on that. I was fascinated by the game because obviously it was my free money bet. The Jets are so slow on offense and everything, every call takes them forever. They'll make one spectacular catch by Garrett or Devontae, and then they'll get stupid penalties. I'm going to miss this Jets team because it's just been such a train wreck to watch, plus all the crazy off-field headlines, that this is the end of an era because I don't think Rodgers is coming back. All that being said, Bills -10. I mean, geez, you can't do that much better against the Rams when you had all those opportunities and Rodgers looked old in that game. I'll take the Bills to put away in the second half. Jets maybe keep it interesting for a while, but especially that pace of play. If the Bills offense picks up and gets a couple of quick touchdowns, the Jets aren't going to have what it takes to keep up. Give me Bills -10.
Rainy game. Aaron Rodgers, maybe cold, rain, wet. His old bones are fucking all sore. Can't move. Can't grip the ball.
Yeah, there will 100% be like a movie.
Fragile.
Him sitting on the bench on the sidelines, looking very depressed after a 3-and-out or something.
Yeah. Bill's got to bounce back.
I'll tell you that it sounds like an under. The more you're talking, the way you're talking.
That's why I was almost like leaning.
Yeah.
Wow, how slow they move.
But the Bills' defense is so bad.
They won us the game.
They did. Got a little lucky.
Yeah, thanks, Mayo, for the horrible screen pass on your own 5-yard line.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And yeah, Drake May just rifling it at him.
Right.
But
also that interception Drake May threw in the red zone.
Yeah, that was big too.
Yep, which I thought was a Patriots player.
Because it was like a wide open diving receiver.
He was wide open, and you see the colors, and you're just like, oh my God, he's wide open. And then you're like, oh my God, it's Cam Lewis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take the Bills -10. Fuck it. I'll just keep taking them. Even if they, I don't care if they don't cover and they win, whatever. I'll that money will go towards a win. I'll say I spent this money on the Bills to win. That's pretty much what I told myself during the Patriots game.
There you
Troy.
go.
Yeah, I think what we all thought was going to happen for against the Patriots is going to happen this week. I think we're gonna we got to wake up here. We can't afford to lose a game here if we want to have any chance at the 1 seed. So I think
But
it's
we'll know by Wednesday night if that's a possibility or not.
right. But I mean,
Right.
there's still, then we have to secure the 2 seed. So
Yeah, Bills are undefeated at home.
Bills
So,
undefeated at home.
Two seed would be very important.
Yes.
Very important.
All right, let's get to Sunday night football. We've got rookie versus rookie. Michael Big Penix energy going up against 5 tutty Jay Daniels. Hell of a comeback against Kenny Pickett and the Eagles. Crazy game. Washington's favored by 5. Over under is 46.5. Ko-Fi, give me some weather. Give me some stats.
Rain, 60% chance of precipitation, partly cloudy, 47 degrees, 5-mile-per-hour winds. For all the ups and downs that Washington has looked at times this season, they've been pretty consistent betting on them. They have the 5th best against the spread record in the NFL at 9-5-1.
All right, well, what are you going to do with this game, Ko-Fi?
I'm going to go against my stat. I'm going to take the Falcons with the points +5. If it was 3, if it was Washington -3, I think I'd take Washington, but those extra couple points, the pressure's on Washington. Win this game, get your playoff spot clinched, can continue to go good momentum. Atlanta, you got very fortunate with Tampa Bay losing to Dallas last night. Penix looked good, but it was the Giants. I mean, the Giants are just god awful to say the least. But I think Atlanta will keep this game hanging around. I think they got some new life and energy in them with Penix playing. I'll say this goes to the 4th. I wouldn't be surprised if Atlanta got the upset. So with all that being said, I'll take them with the points +5.
Yeah, I'm with you, Ko-Fi. I think that I think it was a good move by the Falcons putting Penix in against the Giants, getting a kind of get your feet wet, get used to the NFL game day. Now you're used to a game. We got you warmed up. Yeah, this game's big for Washington, but it's also good. Big game for the Falcons. They got to try to keep pace with the Bucs. They have the Panthers, I think they're playing this week, so you probably assume the Bucs are going to win that game. So Falcons have to kind of keep up with them. But yeah, you never know. Bryce Young's playing a little bit better now. Tampa Bay looked a little shaky at times. Yeah, I'll take Falcons with the points here. Falcons got weapons, so maybe Penix will finally be able to use them. Yeah, don't throw it to him.
That's how Penix got the interception. It went right off of
right in the bread basket
to the Giants. Yep, that was the only play the Giants made all game.
So don't throw it to that guy.
Yeah.
Drake
London, Bijan's awesome, but that's it.
Every year, people just say, "This is the year. My fantasy team. I'm going to draft fucking Pitts," and every year they're right back in the pits. So
yeah.
Troy, you like that, Ko-Fi?
That was good, pun intended.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the under. Yeah, I want this to be a good game, and I want it to be like a duel between these two guys, but I feel like it might be a sloppy one.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
All right. So Monday Night Football. Jeez, we got Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. A lot of football.
Bowl games in between. There's football every day these next 2 weeks.
Yeah, crazy. Lions coming off a big bounce back game and beat up on their little brother, the Bears, going up against the 49ers, who look kind of defeated. Lions are -3.5. Over under is 51.5. Ko-Fi, give me some stats and you can give me some weather.
This will be the nice weather game out in Santa Clara. 54 degrees, clear skies, little 5-mile-per-hour wind. No surprise. This is not the same 49er team as last year. They are 2-13 against the spread in the second half, by far the worst second half spread in the NFL this season.
Wow.
I thought you were going to say 2-13 just against the spread.
You would have believed that, right? For the full game. Yeah.
I would have.
The Titans are 13 against the spread.
That's right.
Damn. All right, Ko-Fi, give me your pick.
I can't believe this is only -3.5. I would have thought this was
Just seems
I
bizarre.
would have thought 6.5, 7, something like
Yeah.
that. Maybe even a 7.5. As soon as I saw it, I bet it right away. Lions -3.5, especially considering the Lions lost to the 49ers in the NFC Championship game last year with that
Mhm.
big lead.
Yeah.
They don't care what version of this 49ers team it is. You think Dan Campbell's going to give a shit about,
No.
they're missing McCaffrey and Ayuk? They don't care. They're going to see those red uniforms, gold helmets. They're going to be ready to put on a show and kick the shit out of the 49ers. Hammer Lions -3.5 on Monday night.
Yeah, Cope, I just stole everything I was going to say. I mean,
Yeah.
all the narratives, all the payback, that's like right up Dan Campbell's alley.
Yeah.
And you could even see like the Bills, they put it to the Lions defense and they took that personally. They're pulling out trick plays against the Chicago Bears when they have no business doing it. They don't need to do that in order to beat them, but they just want to embarrass teams. Like this is what they want to do.
With Montgomery out, they were still running the ball well into the fourth quarter of the Jahmyr Gibbs with the game over. Like
they do not care. They want to run up the score. They want to make a statement.
Mm-hmm.
San Francisco is a wounded dog, but like you said, Koval, they do not care.
No,
this line does not make sense to me. Don't care. Taking the Lions -3.5 would be my free money bet if it wasn't Monday Night Football and if it wasn't on the slate. Troy.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm gonna take the over too.
I could see that.
Lions are gonna score, and I feel like the 49ers will get a chance here at home to show a little bit of life in their offense.
All right. Well, that brings us to our college football picks. I lost last week. Kopad, why don't you tell us how we did last week in our college football picks?
Yeah, so we all had picks on the playoff games. So let me go over that. Myself and Brett, we both had Notre Dame -7. They beat Indiana by 10, and it felt a lot bigger than 10. That's Indiana got the couple garbage points late. Signetti, for all of his shit talking, is a wussy in games, punting
that was
10 minutes
unbelievable.
ago.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
So got the win on that for Notre Dame. Taylor, he gave us two winners, one FCS, one in the Division I playoff. North Dakota State +3.5. They won outright over South Dakota State, 28-21. So he got that. He also had Penn State -8.5. They killed SMU 38-10. The losers are the Christopher brothers. They both went with Dabo and Clemson +11.5. I did that in real life as well. That was actually the most competitive of the four playoff games, but in the end, Texas wins by 14, so Texas gets the cover. On the season for college bets, Taylor is killing it, 12-4, 75%. Brett is 10-5. Nolan is 7-9. I'm 7-11, and Troy is 4-11.
Yeah. Haven't been one of these college bets lately. Well, we got the three bottom dwellers of the college football picks on the show, so we're all due. Kofad, why don't you start us off right? Give me your pick. What do we got?
Yeah, and I mentioned let's pick bowl games between now and the 30th before we get the playoff games going. That could be on our show next week. I'm going to Christmas Eve tomorrow. Give me the Hawaii Bowl and San Jose State -3 over South Florida. The coach for San Jose State is one, and I'm going to butcher his last name. I always do. Ken Niumatalolo. He was the former coach for Navy, and for years he won all those games over Army. Ken Niumatalolo is from Hawaii. So now he gets a chance to go to his home state to win the bowl game there on Christmas Eve. San Jose State's going to be fired up. Give me San Jose State -3 over South Florida, Christmas Eve, Hawaii.
Give me the sports bowl. I'm gonna take Pittsburgh -7.5.
I like it.
Father-in-law's a big Pittsburgh fan. I'll be watching the game with him.
There you go. Good enough reason. Yeah.
7.5. Troy.
I'm gonna go over in the Pop-Tart Bowl.
Ooh, I love it.
Ooh, great trophy. Great trophy.
Great trophy, and you could argue maybe the best non-playoff bowl game with Miami, Iowa State, two teams that were basically a win away from getting to the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, what was the number you got for the over?
55.5.
Okay. And it sounds like Cam Ward's going to play in this game. I'm not sure if he should for draft stock, but if he goes out and balls out and they put up big numbers, which Miami did all season on offense, that'll, help his case. So, yeah, that should be a fun one. Pop-Tart Bowl.
No Pop-Tart Bowl. All right, that takes us to our free money bets. I think we got all through those last week too, so we might as well go over those.
Yeah. I got them already.
All right.
Yeah, myself, Brett and Nolan, we all had lines -6.5. We could see that coming. Dead Dog Bears. Dan Campbell with the quote about the moldy bread. They kicked the Bears' ass. The problem was Brett that he made that just his own pick. We should have done the same. I also put in the Jets +3.5. They lost by 10. We went over that. You had Eagles -3.5, and for a number of reasons that did not hit as well. Troy, you had a nice winner. Bills -6.5 second half spread. That was a winner. Taylor ended up getting, I would consider it a tie. He had a 2-team teaser. Falcons -2 got through. Jets +10 push. So we'll call that a tie for him. Not a win or a loss. On the season for free money, I'm
push on
11.
a teaser's loss. Push on a teaser's loss.
Yeah. In real life, push on a teaser's loss.
It's not you don't get it back?
Yeah.
See,
Loss.
Really? I always thought push on T. Okay.
No.
Well, if you do alternates, that's why doing alternate spread is better. But if you're going to tease, always add the half a point because
right.
on a tie,
Yeah.
they take it from you.
All right. Well, I'll keep it as a tie because who really cares? And plus, I don't want to do the math again. I'm 11-7. Taylor's 9-6-1. Troy is 11-9. Nolan's 8-10. Brett is 7-10 in free money bets.
All right, Kofi. Well, what money is free this week?
Colts -7.5 against the Giants. I don't give a damn who's playing the Giants at this point. As scary as Anthony Richardson is when he's doing dumb shit, they'll still figure out a way to win. The Giants have given up for, the Raiders are still fighting. Obviously, they just won. The Cowboys are definitely still fighting. Even the Jets, as ugly as the Jets have been, the Jets didn't quit on Sunday. They just played really bad ball. The Giants have quit. They've mailed it in. They don't got a quarterback. Lock throws pick sixes left and right. They're terrible. This is maybe the worst Giants team in their 100-year history. They're about to go 0-9 at home for the first time ever with the extra game. Colts kill them. Colts -7.5. Easy.
Yeah, you mentioned the Raiders. Raiders still playing. I think Pierce kind of wants to stick it to him, even though he's going to get fired. He's like, screw it. I'm just going to win.
Yeah, he wants to win.
games.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're playing the Saints. Saints just look bleh.
Derek Carr revenge game.
Is Derek Carr playing?
I don't think so.
So Raiders +2.5. I'll take them.
Talk about an ugly dog with these games. Yeah,
we did all these games and
it's hard.
The slate's getting thin. Troy.
Yeah, I was kind of with Kofod. I was going to take that, but I think I'll tease them with the Eagles against the Cowboys at home after a loss, bounce back win, assuming Jalen Hurts is going to be back. So Eagles -3.5 and Colts -2.
Okay. Is this void if it's ruled that Jalen Hurts is concussed and out for the week?
Yeah, it will be void.
Okay.
I mean, it looks like he's playing with that spread.
He's definitely playing. They wouldn't let him go back in the game, even though he was giving a thumbs up and saying he was ready because of the concussion protocol. Which
the what's the word? Uninvolved doctor, unbiased doctor.
Yeah.
You were referring back to Josh's when he got knocked out cold and he went back.
Yeah. You gotta.
It's not perfect.
You gotta be paying the doctor under the table.
Yeah.
What were they saying on Pardon My Take? They said the New York Jets weren't getting all the calls because they didn't hire the refs to come during their preseason.
Yeah.
Yeah. So since they didn't get that money, they're like, yeah, we're not going to give you any calls. All the calls are going to be against you.
I like that theory.
Yeah.
Could be right.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be allowed to do that.
What?
Bring in the refs to their practices.
That happens all the time, though.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
they
so
shouldn't
they
be
can
allowed.
simulate games.
I'm surprised
Yeah,
the Jets didn't do it.
They
Like,
should hire other refs. I don't know, like, what if they get chummy with them every day at practice?
Well,
Like,
this is you know how every year there's the conversation. Well, this is why the NFL needs to hire full-time refs. That sentence. So I don't even know what that means. Like, what would it mean if you're a full-time ref? Like,
What would they do in the offseason?
yeah,
Go to
that's
ref,
that.
to go to ref academy?
ref
right.
school.
Are there
Like-
because a lot of these football refs do like college basketball, like as
Yeah.
once football season's over, are they not allowed to do that if they're full-time refs? Like, I don't even know what that phrase means when people say it.
They should
But
just be
I don't know.
studying the game.
Yeah.
I think pardon my take might have
Oh, I
like-
don't think it's that far off. I mean,
because
it's like any other
in their
business. You
group
screw
chat,
us,
in
we
their
screw
referee
you.
group chat, they're like, "Oh, fucking Jets didn't hire us. Fuck that organization." And then
Well,
they're
then
at the season,
fucking
it's in
hire
the
'em.
back of their head, and they're like, "I don't like these guys." Flag.
First of all, you should be hiring reps, I feel like, if you're allowed to come to your practice and
Yeah.
give you an in-game scenario of what it's going to be, how they're going to call stuff, what they're going to let slide. Like, that's just smart. That's how you should run an organization.
Yes. Of all the Jets stories this
Maybe-
year, the fact that
maybe
they didn't
they're
have
getting all
refs
those-
is one of the big ones. Like,
Maybe they're getting all those penalties because they weren't practicing refs at the beginning of the season. They didn't know how they're going to call stuff.
and they stink. Yeah. A combination of all.
And they stink. So
Yeah.
Maybe if they hired the refs, they wouldn't stink so bad. Maybe that's the key.
Mhm.
could be.
Could be. I think they're not good.
Yeah.
What happened to that defense?
Yeah, that's the big thing. For
They
all
used
of
to be-
Rodgers' talk, like Rodgers is not the worst quarterback in the league. He's just average, if anything, but the defense is terrible.
I think with Salah out the door, they just crumbled.
Yeah.
So I think the players, I think they liked them.
Yes,
On
that was
defense.
clear. I think the coaching staff, I think everyone liked him except the owner and the fans.
And Rodgers.
I'm not even sure Rodgers. I think this was a
No,
Woody Jo-
that
I-
push when he tried to give him the hug, that was weird.
maybe, but
That was don't touch me, we're not friends.
okay, maybe, but I think the more these stories come out, the more we realize it was actually Woody Johnson more than Aaron Rodgers running the show.
Aaron Rodgers is probably telling these people to put out these stories.
The Jets are the worst leaked organization in the history of mankind. Like every week there's a story that comes about, oh, such and such happened with the Jets.
Yeah, they're using Madden
They have
ratings
leaks
to
everywhere.
yeah. judge whether they should get players or not.
Yeah, because the two
Offensive
teenage sons,
linemen
are running the
Awareness ratings.
Brick.
show. Yeah. Brick.
Yeah, Brickwood Johnson. A hard wooden Johnson. Weird.
Very weird.
All right, great place to end this episode.
Yes.
But
Sure.
to everyone watching, we all hope you have a very Merry Christmas. Hopefully you get a couple wins from your bets from the show. Then you got a little money. If you forgot a present, you go out and buy that person to buy you a present. You're like, shit, I didn't buy you anything, but now you got money, so now you can buy them a present. Exactly.
Win for everyone.
People helping people.
It's a beautiful thing.
So Merry Christmas. Bet responsibly and go Bills.
Go Bills. Merry Christmas, everyone. Oh, Trey just said peace.
Trace gone.